Are y'all looking for a job? Because I have a job that's hiring right now down at this nuclear plant that is just moving toxic waste. And don't worry about the pay rate. You know why? Because you'll get plenty of exposure there. But today I wanted to share you all with my experience, my day-to-day life working at a nuclear plant. This nuclear plant that I worked for was down in Georgia by the Southern Company. It was one of the only, or it was the 2-reactor nuclear plant in the United States in 30 years. There I was a mechanical field engineer located on the Savannah River. If you didn't know, nuclear plants need rivers to function to generate steam for the turbine. So, day one, I was a mechanical field engineer in construction. I gave it a chance. It was my first internship ever. I got it at the NESB conference down in Detroit, and I was going to give it a try. I went to this internship. I actually wanted to do mechanical design, so I wanted to do the design part of the nuclear power plant, but it was already done, so all they needed was mechanical field engineers. So, first day, received my mechanical field engineer hard hat. Had to wear this hard hat. It was sweaty as I don't know what. Had to wear these heavy boots. But after meeting everybody there, and it was only 2 minorities there, 2 African Americans there. I was only one of them, and it was a female. So I just felt really out of place being there. But after gaining a mentor who was another African American woman, I felt very comfortable. I felt very comfortable in a different surrounding. She was able to lead me through day-to-day activities, day-to-day life, and I was able to do stuff on my own without being scared anymore. So after the first week or so, I was getting comfortable. I started learning more about nuclear energy. Many people think nuclear energy is really bad, and I can see why, because all my life I've heard,
Sunny, nuclear energy is really bad. Do not go down there and participate in these weapons and stuff like that and blah, 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 blah.
but I did it anyway. I needed the experience, and I wanted a new opportunity, and I needed an internship to be on my resume. And Plant Vogtle was one of the best opportunities that I've taken so far. I gained so much information. Like, nuclear energy is not as bad as it seems. Many people are scared because they do not know what it's capable of. They don't know that nuclear energy is cleaner than fossil fuels. Fossil fuels leave a carbon footprint, and they give off a lot of emission rates that hurt the climate. It's a lot of pollution that goes with fossil fuels, and fossil fuels are not renewable. We can't keep using them forever. Whereas nuclear energy, we use 2 uranium atoms and split them to create nuclear fission, which then produces power. And it gives off a cleaner quality of air. It also is a 0 emissions rate. So there's not a lot of emissions in the world, none of that. So, as a mechanical field engineer, my daily activities would be facilitating the production of this first nuclear reactor in 30 years. There I would be able to go throughout the field, meet new people, work with pipe fitters. I even learned how to weld my boots and get to stomping in the mud to go out there to talk to the pipe fitters. That's who I worked with. There I would check the pipes with my handy dandy flashlight to see quality, the materials, and just see if they were placed in correctly. I would often torque stuff to help them out. I would try to get down and dirty to help them out. But there, I tried to make a difference. I tried to enhance the communication by creating a punch list of PWS components. PWS components are potable water components that we use daily, such as your sink and your faucet. These allow running water that you can drink. There I was working in Annex, which was an office for the nuclear plant, and there I needed to have PWS components to allow for running water for toilets. You also need water for a lot of things in a nuclear plant because you want to do steam generation for the turbine. The turbine will then use the steam to produce power to fuel the core of the nuclear reactor. So, there I was able to create a punch list. Like I said, so far the punch list was a schedule above schedules because it enhanced the communication by telling individuals what needed to be worked on, what needed to be done, and when it was done, what materials I needed, the drawings, to check the pipe, to check other stuff. My also day-to-day life was walking on rebar. Rebar was very hard to walk on. It's like having your sea legs and nothing beneath you. I was so scared the first time I had to walk on rebar because one of my drawings was taken by the wind and into the rebar. I had to put on my big girl panties and walk onto the rebar, and it was so scary because you're often like this. So scary. And then once they see me on the rebar walking, you know what they did? They gave me a task. I had to facilitate and help with the concrete pour for one of the walls. Why did they do that to me? Why? Yes, I had to facilitate on one of the concrete pours. There I was on rebar all day. I knew I looked like I was new. People were looking at me, but I stuck it out. I had to. Couldn't let them know that I was scared. I had to check all the piping systems to make sure none of the concrete was in the pipes, because you want stuff to allow to flow through. Another experience that I had there that's a very big experience and opportunity for me, I was able to write and be covered in a feature in one of their newsletters. So me being a minority and a woman in engineering was very big on this nuclear power plant. There wasn't a lot of people that could represent me or that looked like me being a mechanical field engineer. So I took the time to write about my experience of being an African American woman working in engineering. So I took the opportunity to write about my experience of being in STEM-related programs to help the county or the city. I was involved in many STEM-related programs that helped me where I am today. They empowered me, they motivated me to be where I'm at today and to get these positions to get higher up. So that was my experience working at Plant Vogtle. And I had an awesome time there. I loved it. Best experience of my life. Can't wait for many other opportunities that I have at my young age and where I will be in the next 5 years. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to hear more about my experience, I can provide you with more things. Just comment below. Have a nice day. Stay safe.